Because the teddy bears are having a wonderful... Cheating! How to make it work for you at home and on the job.
A Centron production, although we got the idea from a different company, because we're cheating. Thank you.
The Jack Benny program.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Well, why don't they call?
Because they don't like you.
They've had plenty of time to decide.
A young Franz Kafka awaits his fate.
Think I'll go write some nocturnes.
For depressing phone sex, dial 1-900-ALFALFA.
Oh, the Foley guy must be
Hello?
calling.
Yes, this is John.
I saw what you did.
Yes, I know why you're calling. They did. Oh, they did.
They found the body, huh?
No. I guess that's it then. Thanks anyway.
And his parents officially cut ties.
Good thing I have my Paxil.
Geez, this kid could freak out Jamie Gum.
You know what this room needs? A plant.
Hey, come on in, kid. Ooh. Boom, 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 boom.
Did you hear about John Taylor? They voted him out as student council representative because he was caught cheating.
What's the story? Morning glory. What's the word? Hummingbird. Did you kiss him and cry?
You a cheat, John? John, what have you done?
Mother Teresa called. She hates you.
Remember how it all started? The day you went over to Mary's house to study the test. Remember?
There are not enough bell towers in the world for
All right,
Johnny.
John, now look. The problem is to factor x squared minus 9x plus 20. Now, how do you do it?
Now, let's just cheat.
X squared minus 9x plus 20. You take the x squared minus the 9x and...
Nobody home,
Oh, you subtract x from x squared, and then you...
John, this is geography.
Oh, golly, Mary, I don't know anything about this factoring business.
John, you do too.
Whoa.
Now, the answer is the quantity x minus 5 times the quantity x minus 4. Now, do you see how I got it?
Yeah, I guess I do. But golly, Mary, this stuff's awful. I just don't get most of it.
You'll just have to. You won't pass the test tomorrow.
I know it. Mary,
Will you kill me?
if I get stuck on the test, you'll help me, won't you?
How can I help you?
It's easy. Miss Granby hardly ever comes back to where we sit.
Huh.
If I get stuck, I'll just ask you for the answer.
Lot point.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, forget it. I probably won't have any trouble anyway.
Booby.
But you remember what happened the next day, John.
You committed a mortal
Miss
sin.
Granby's test was even tougher than you thought it would be. There were a lot of problems you couldn't work. And it seemed to you that you didn't stand a chance
Stop
of passing
it.
the
Stop
test.
the voice in my head. Yeah.
And right there in front of you sat your pal, Mary, with her head chock full of all the answers you needed.
Split it open now.
You thought about it. There you were, desperate. And there was your salvation within arm's reach.
On a doily.
So you decided to take a chance.
Psst. Hey, Mary, what's
You
the
asked
answer?
Mary for help. And of course, Mary, being Mary, gave you the help.
Sweet Mary, no!
It was all so simple. You began to wonder why you'd spent so much time worrying about the test. Yes, sir, you felt pretty pleased with yourself. Yeah. You'd put one
That's
over on Miss
dangerous.
Granby. A few days later, Miss Granby returned the graded papers.
Your one mistake, you signed your test Mary Matthews.
Oops.
This contract arrived for you from a Mr. Elzebub.
For the first time, Johnny feels real power.
Was there a shadow of doubt in Miss Granby's face as she looked at you?
Or was it lust?
What was there for Miss Granby to doubt? After all, wasn't this the best grade you'd ever made on an algebra test? Maybe that was it. Maybe the grade was too good. Somehow that odd little look Miss Granby gave you seemed to haunt you.
Did you really
Oh,
earn
hi,
that
Miss Granby.
Oh, she didn't mean anything. That test wasn't very important anyway.
Yeah, just keep telling yourself
Yes,
that.
you thought it was just a little thing. But it was the beginning of all your trouble.
You talking to me? Hey,
After that, life went on for you pretty much as usual. You were busier than ever with sports,
Shaving points.
with Mary and your friend Jim. And most of all, with your new job as student council
I
representative.
envision a cheating wing.
You'd always wanted to be on the student council, and you were really proud of yourself the day you were elected to take Jack Martin's place when he moved out of town.
under mysterious
But
circumstances.
now, with the honor of the job, went the necessity of keeping your grades up.
And your enemies
And
down.
that was your problem.
Dear Joe McGinnis, I admire... Oh.
Maybe you'd do better if you had parents.
Yeah.
Hello?
This is Jim.
In the next
Let's go
room.
down to Sam's and get a hamburger.
I can't, Jim. I've got homework to do.
Oh, don't worry about it. You've got plenty of time.
I will bring you down, Johnny.
Okay, let's go get a hamburger. I'll see you in a minute.
Now, was this Ingmar Bergman's first American film?
I think.
The big clock in the hall went on ticking off its even measure of time. And you went on as before.
Eating hamburgers while the world
You and
cried.
Mary were still the best of friends. But Mary had assumed greater importance to you. You came to depend upon her more and more in your schoolwork, although you scarcely realized it.
You worked her like a punch
It
press,
wasn't that
Johnny.
Mary was any smarter than you were. It was just, well, that she seemed to find more time to study. And you were student council representative and a very busy fellow.
You gotta help me. What's the answer to number 9?
I smell a big commie rats.
John, bring it up here, please.
Put your pencil down and step away from your desk.
Fortunately, your mob ties will get you off, Johnny.
Give me that. Wow, that's Randy.
I'm afraid I'll have to give you both 0 on the test.
Jawohl, mein Führer.
And both of you are to report to me after school, please.
And so Data Plato's career began.
So you were caught, John. You were exposed in front of the class. And what's more, Mary was involved too. Mary, who was only trying to help.
Mary will have to take the fall
And then
now.
what happened?
Spare some
Your
change?
classmates seemed to treat you a little coldly. Perhaps it was because they had studied and worked hard for their grades.
Yeah.
Maybe they felt that your cheating gave you an unfair advantage.
I belong in
And
hell.
their thoughts about you were reflected in another way.
Hey, what's up?
Meeting of the student council.
They're hanging you in effigy.
That's funny. My name isn't on there. I'm on the student council.
I don't think you'd want to come to this meeting. It's about you.
Me?
That's what I hear.
By the way, have you seen my rib cage?
Say, would you mind calling me after the meeting's over? And let me know how it comes out?
No, I wouldn't mind.
We really should be talking through our lawyers.
No, I don't say that what John did was right, but I do think we ought to give him another chance.
You mean you think we ought to let him go on being in the student council?
I think we should.
I
Will the
don't.
senator
That way he
yield?
makes a good representative.
That's right, but I don't think anyone that cheats should hold an office.
That's right. I think we should elect a new representative.
Oh, no, give him another chance.
All right, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We won't get anywhere by all talking at once. Are we ready to take a vote now?
Margaret Chase Smith.
All in favor of giving John another chance, hold up your hands.
Whoa.
All who think we should elect a new student council representative, hold up your hands.
Oh, holy cow.
Well, I guess most of us feel the same way about it. Who's going to tell John?
I'll tell him. I said I'd call him when the meeting was over. I'll call him as soon as I get home.
If you want, I could turn him into furniture.
John, I guess you know why I'm calling. We had that meeting about you a little while ago. They decided to elect a new student council
You
representative.
made some powerful enemies, son.
I'm sorry, Johnny, but I guess you know why.
That you, student counselor?
Yes, John knew why it was. He'd been caught in a trap of his own making, and had involved his friends, too. He now found himself looked down on by friends and classmates.
I have to bathe Mother.
But did John really intend to be dishonest?
Or is he just pure evil?
Should Mary share any of the blame?
Sure.
Was it fair for John to use Mary as
Yeah, she was there.
he did? And what about his classmates? Did John's cheating hurt them in any way?
Give us
Should they have
Barabbas!
given him a
Barabbas!
What do you think?
Riddle me this, Batman.
The end for Johnny, at least, you poor dope.
Johnny.